This is me, and I'm on a mission to get my first ATP point by the end of 2022. Now, I've lost my first 2 matches of the year so far, and I still have 3 tournaments left to go, which are in Newport, Edgbaston, and Bath. After those tournaments, I'm planning to go and play international events on the Future circuit, so I have to be ready to play at the highest level of tennis. Today, I'm going to show you 4 key styles of training sessions that I do on a weekly basis, helping me to improve to try and get my first win of the season. By the way, guys, only 35% of you that watched my last video subscribed, so if you want to join me on my journey to 1 ATP point, smash that subscribe button. Up first, we have a drill session. I was actually playing with my brother in this session, and this is all about working on specifics in my game. So you can see me here putting out a target. We're going up and down the middle until one of us hits the target. Then we move to the forehand cross and finally the backhand cross. This is really good at trying to stay focused on a goal, trying to hit a target, getting good rhythm and pace, but whilst having a maintained focus on hitting to a specific spot on the court. You can see I've put the target here not too deep and too wide, just in a good position, which gives me a lot of margins to hit into and allows me to make the shot in a high percentage way. On the backhand side, we were using the slice quite a lot and trying to keep the ball low. This was something I also wanted to work on, as on the backhand side, I really struggle when my opponent gets the ball nice and low and I have to really use my legs to hit up on the ball. This drill is all about volleys. I'm focusing on trying to get the ball in between the 2 markers, but also trying to find some good depth. And when I feel like it, I'm going to pull the trigger and go decisively to either side of that middle tram line. We also open this up so that when I would then hit the volley outside of that middle section, the point would open up and Lucian can try and pass me and try and play the point out. Alright, so the aim for this drill is just to keep low on my backhand, working specifics today. Especially on a carpet court, it's coming through nice and quick, so I just want to make sure I'm staying low, whipping it, trying to find the space. Now, like I said, I want to be staying low, trying to play the ball past Lucian. I'm just focusing here on trying to find some space, trying to put the ball past him, come into the net maybe, and just figure out a way of being comfortable in an uncomfortable situation, which is low on the backhand side when it's coming in fast. I've also put out the target really deep on the court to give Lucian a good place to aim for, because that's kind of where I want it, low at the feet, so I need to really either move back or take it early. My aim on every first ball is to try and be at least at the service line when I'm making contact. We finished off with some serve points, but always with maintaining the focus of working on something specific, and this was for me coming into the net. Obviously on a carpet court, these courts are super fast, so I wanted to try and work on closing the net, taking time away from my opponent, and also hitting my serve to the right targets. Session 2, probably the most underrated of them all, is injury prevention session. So this is where I work on my core, flexibility, and injury prevention exercises that my physio and my S&C coach have worked together with me on. Here, working on my core, I do a circuit of around 6 exercises with 3 sets on each exercise, including plank get-ups like you can see here, and also shoulder taps, just to maintain a good core stability. I also love to do foam rolling exercises on my calves, mainly in the lower part of the body and the legs and stuff like that, just to help release knots and kind of tension. I finish off with some static stretching just to make sure I'm staying flexible, especially with all of the training that I'm doing. So one of the main sessions I've been incorporating a lot more has been on-court movement, agility, stuff with the ladder, stuff with cones, stuff like that. So I started off just light skipping just to warm up and went straight into some cone drills. This drill is working on first step speed, putting in a really nice big first step and then shuffling around the cone, working on when I'm running for a drop shot or trying to get to a fast ball. Then moving on to a more generic footwork exercise, basically a figure of 8 around the cones with nice and short, fast steps. Now with the racket, this drill helps me to basically work on my spacing around the shot, moving forwards to backwards, which is something you need to do in tennis to make sure that your momentum is carried forwards and you can get good weight on the shot. Similar to the last one, but more forwards and backwards movement, working on being in an almost defensive position, then moving up and taking the ball early in an aggressive position. You can usually time the ball pretty badly here, so I wanted to just make sure my movement was nice and crisp and that I was moving forwards and moving backwards with intention. Now onto the ladder drills. These are basically drills to make sure your feet are firing and you're getting your little steps as quick as possible, moving from side to side, forwards and backwards, and then on one leg as well, just to make sure that I've got that movement within the one leg and also the maneuverability to be able to hop and jump, which is super important in tennis. And then I also incorporate the tennis racket and a sprint just to simulate a bit more of a tennis specific movement. I also did some movement work on my smash. I felt that I wasn't just getting back fast enough from, a volley at the net. So I'm just running back here around the cone, hitting the smash, and running back as fast as I can back towards the net, and I do about 6 repetitions of those. And then of course, jumping, bounding are 2 of the key things I try and incorporate just to get a bit of a plyometric effect within my training session. So I do a few jumps just to really get the muscles moving before a training session, or just to increase my explosiveness. Now onto my favorite session of them all, a point session. So basically these are sessions where I only play points, and I really value these because it really gets you kind of in the zone, and it helps you to practice stuff that you maybe don't do in matches or you don't do so well. And I think these kind of sessions where you only play points with serve are super valuable. I'm playing here with my friend Raf, who I've played many times in the past. I'm going to show you a few of the best points in the short set that we played, and then I'm going to show you the tiebreak 10 that we played, and it was very, very close, so make sure you watch that. We're also posting a lot of the cool points on our brand new TikTok account. It'll be on the screen right now, so go and drop us a follow, watch some of the cool TikToks we've posted already, and there's definitely a lot more to come on there. Another thing I wanted to mention is during these kind of practice set points, I'm really focusing on trying to do stuff that I don't do in matches. So that's like hitting through the ball really loosely, serving and volleying, using drop shots, stuff like that, just to increase my variability in my game and work on some key areas that obviously some of you guys have pointed out in my matches that I wasn't doing so well. And of course, this is now the tiebreak that me and Raf played. It was super close, and I'll let you guys enjoy it. So Raf did end up winning the tiebreak, but remember to smash a like for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe to not miss next week's video.